Hi, my name is Jenny. Welcome. This is the third video I have made in the month of May and my reading wrap-up for the month. Technically, I've read 5 things in total. Now I'll go through them. I say I've read 5 things because the first book I read was a 3-book manga, the D.Grayman manga, which is in one book there are volumes 1, 2, and 3. D.Grayman is about the adventures of Alan Walker. He is an exorcist living in the 19th century. He is in search of a substance called innocence that is used to fight demons, called akuma in Japanese. Alan joins a group of exorcists called the Black Order. Their mission is to defeat the Millennium Earl and his army of demons that seek to destroy humanity. Volume 1 begins with a police investigation of a haunted house. The third volume retells a Japanese folk story about an older man who falls in love with a younger woman. The third volume is about a place trapped in a time warp in which the townspeople relive the same day over and over again without any change, except for one woman, Miranda, who is unaffected by the time warp. Written and illustrated by Katsura Hoshino, D.Grayman has 25 volumes in total and has been made into an animated series. I actually read the first 2 volumes before. I bought them at the Japanese Community Association fundraiser for tsunami relief efforts in 2011, but decided I wanted to continue with the series, so earlier this year I got the 1, 2, and 3 bind up. I read all of them in the month of May. The next book I read was the Scottish play by William Shakespeare. I'm really not that superstitious, so I'll say that I read Macbeth. I read it from the new Folger library edition that I got from high school. At the same time that I read the play, I also listened to the audiobook performed by a full cast by LA Theatre Works starring James Marsters in the title role. I actually met James Marsters at Comic Expo last month. Marsters is famous for playing Spike on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I met him before I listened to the audiobook. It was a surprise to me that James Marsters would star in the audio Shakespeare play because I borrowed it on my library Overdrive account and didn't get to pick the version that I ended up getting on my phone. I also listened to the audiobook as preparation to seeing the play performed about a week later, when I volunteered as a ticket taker and was given a seat in the front row. From my seat, I could vividly see the play performed live, including a major sword fight at the end. The story follows Macbeth, a nobleman in Scotland who encounters 3 strangers on the road. They tell him he would be king, which leads Macbeth to murder the king in order to take his role. Finally, I will talk a bit about the last book I read in May. It is a memoir by Nellifer Pazira, a journalist and filmmaker. Called A Bed of Red Flowers in Search of My Afghanistan, the book recounts her childhood and teenage years living in Afghanistan during Soviet occupation that began in 1978. Rebellious in school, Pazira fights in her own way the communist government in power, but realizes her family could no longer stay in Afghanistan. She, her mother, father, brother, and sister flee to neighboring Pakistan as refugees and later makes it to Canada. Published in 2005, Pazira also starred in the film Kandahar, which recounts her journey back to Afghanistan in search of her childhood friend in 1996 when the country was ruled by the Taliban. The film was shown at the Cannes Film Festival in 2001. That's it for me for this video. I read a total of 5 things, 3 physical books. Although I wanted to read more, I've been busy with various events around town, and June seems to be another busy month again. Hopefully I will be able to include more reading for that month. Thanks for watching this video. I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.